Angry here, and the feds have signaled that we are in a major global recession as crypto is booming again. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and thank these patrons, and special thanks to these patrons: Sharky, Mickey Turner, Jan Yuling, Neurons, Cryptonomy Royal 2.5, BB Bax, Brian APR, Jamartel, David Herrera, Deadlust, FA Crusader, Gabriel Prince, what's that? Let me read these. Goo Monster, Hansky, Iceberg 88, John Charles Clark Jr., Joshua Flores, Levi Abram, Mocking Moniker, Nature Monk, Raymond Zuniga, Red Pill Blue Mage, St. Everest, CPO Americana, Scott Venman, Thomas Danielle, Timothy Bruce Leoza, and David Strong. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your continued support. So, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this because we're seeing some insane things happening around us right now. As I said before, we were out of time. I've been talking about it for months that if you're not in crypto, you want to get in now. CryptoMoney.academy. And the feds are signaling now that dun dun dun, we are in a major global recession. Okay. So if you guys want some proof, if we go to this is just looking at Google right now. So just looking at Google, we can actually see a handful of things. Here we have Tokyo stocks sink deeper on heightened global slowdown worries. That's what they always call a recession before it hits, guys. They always call it a slowdown. PHL resilient to global slowdown. Draghi adds to global slowdown concerns while Brexit faces more. Okay. Market drops sharply as fears of global slowdown intensify. Okay. Investors worry over economic slowdown. Market set for lower open amid fears of global slowdown. I mean, guys, this is all recent stuff. These are all stuff that that's happening as we're speaking or just a day ago. I mean, this is insane. This is insane. Reality check for IT stocks as global slowdown worries take center. Global slowdown prompts another profit warning. I mean, guys, just look at this. Look at these things right now. Asia shares skid on U.S. recession, global slowdown fears. U.S. recession. Guys, I told you that, that you're going to see this happening. That's what they always call it. They always call it a global slowdown before, they just come right out and admit that, okay, we're in a major recession. And this is on a global scale. The last time we were hit with a recession, they tried to act like it was just a localized recession to the US, and then it turned into a global recession. And this is going to happen as a result of the debt crisis that we're facing right now. And the irony is that no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to talk about the huge debt crisis that we're in right now. No one wants to own up to it because everyone wants to just kind of sit on their hands until it happens, until it actually impacts us. And it's so hilarious. It's just hilarious. I remember when I told you that pretty much any crap coin was going to be worth money. I said that if you're going to invest, you want to know how to invest and you want to know what to invest in, because just about any crap coin is going to be worth money. If we go over to Global GPS, the Money GPS, he put out a video, and as you guys can see, it says the most debt ever causing crisis in the US, and it's way worse in Canada. All right, guys, this is insane stuff. People are panicking right now. You have people sinking money quickly into crypto. American collapse, American economic collapse, mass store closures as U.S. economy rapidly melting down. So you have a number of stores that are shutting down as well. As the economy is taking a giant nosedive. But hey, everyone is sitting on their hands. Everyone's acting like it's going to be okay. And as I said, it's not. Did you know like something like only 20%? I think it was like only 20% of people who are retired people in their 60s and 70s can come up with like $400 in a crisis. Like it's no or no 10 oh, only like 20%, only like 20% of people who are retired have $10,000 saved, something like that, and only about and most millennials today, most millennials, not even millennials, just most Americans, including the rich, can't come up with $400. Even the rich can't come up with $400 in an emergency. And that's a reflection of America's spending habits. But again, it's gonna be okay, guys. It's gonna be a-okay as everyone's like banging their heads into the walls, right? So we're gonna listen to a little bit of this video because I think that it's important. I think it's important that we get a
Debt can't be erased. It can't be covered up. You can sweep it under the rug, but eventually that policy will haunt you. Even Janet Yellen is shaking it up in the news recently, agreeing with these facts. Central banks can't buy the debt without causing a hyperinflation. There's simply no way around it. So it looks like we're in for some real pain ahead. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Today we're going to look at the Great Debt Crisis, specifically focusing on the US. Then we're going to get into Canada. I want to talk about real estate. I want to talk about debt, home equity line of credit, credit cards, and everything else in between. So let's begin by taking a look at this. This article is talking about Silicon Valley, how expensive it has become, San Francisco, all the wealth that has been accumulated in this area. The unfortunate part is that the average people, they can't afford to live anywhere near there, but they have to work there, and that is causing a major problem. The big commutes, the traffic, and of course the disparity in between the haves and the have-nots. Out of The Guardian, basically what they're suggesting.
Now, something I want to point out, guys, is that you're going to have San Francisco is an interesting place because they have they've actually passed policies there that enable people to gain access to a number of interesting things, and that's going to be one of the ground zero epitomes of people living in poverty, people who can't buy food, people who essentially can't do anything. You know, that's going to be one of the places where you're going to see all of that happening. And, you know, no one wants to actually talk about it. No one wants to own up to it, but it's a terrible situation. And you're going to have a lot of those people who can't pay those crazy, insane amounts of money, and they're going to go under. And people who are like, you know, taking out bank loans to build high rises in San Francisco on the grounds that, hey, I can turn around and charge people $10,000 a month in rent. When the economy crashes and all those people are losing their jobs and they can't pay that kind of money anymore. You think I'm joking? There are people who are literally paying like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month in rent, some crazy amounts of money, all right, in rent. And when they can't pay that anymore, when Google and all these companies start offloading employees, it's going to be very, very interesting. And it's going to be a lot of smaller companies too. But when these tech companies start offloading employees, all these places, all these people that are businesses or companies that said, okay, well, we're going to build these big condos, or we're going to do all this business here. They're not going to be able to pay back the banks. They're not going to be able to make their payments. You've got to be kidding me, because they're banking on the people who are going to be spending money with them, going to be paying those rents to pay back those insane amounts of money that they owe the banks. They're not going to be able to pay it back. So they're going to default as well. Okay. And then here's the interesting thing: the banks are going to default, and then that's when the feds have to step in. But the feds are already broke. They don't have any more money to insert into the economy. They only had a couple $1 billion. All right, they had a couple $100 billion. It's all gone. All right, they're not going to be able to turn around and prop up these banks one after another. These banks are going to have to start failing. Okay. They're going to have to start failing. If they try to use what they call quantitative easing, which is literally just printing money, if they start trying to just print money and push it back into the economy, initially they might get away with it a little bit, but eventually, it's going to begin diluting the currency, and you're going to witness massive inflation. And then in the end, the only thing that's going to be able to get a control on this massive inflation that we're seeing around crypto, ironically, is going to be crypto. That around fiat is going to be cryptocurrency, because crypto is a finite thing. Which is why I said just about any crap coin is going to be worth money. You're going to see all the boomers rushing to put their money into crypto, because I told you gold is not much of an option. Anyway, guys, I want to know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys agree that crypto is the future, it's the wave right now. You're actually seeing Bitcoin shooting well above $4,000, and you're seeing all these other cryptocurrencies shooting up as well. They were actually saying that we may be entering into a bull run right now as we're coming into April. But again, guys, I need to know what you guys think. Don't forget that you can take courses on cryptomoney.academy. We have introduction to cryptocurrency. We've got introduction to cryptocurrency. We've got day trading cryptocurrency for a living, and then we also have how to buy bitcoins anonymously and through secret methods. You're going to need to know how to do that to invest in crypto. So again, you can find a link to it in the description of the video. Cryptomoney.academy. Love God, get money, and say it with me because I love saying it. Cheers.